Hello, I'm your host
Hello.
Faisal. Hi
Hello.
there, guys. Hi. Welcome to the Violet Flame Experience. The podcast is live again. So, this is a second of a series of podcasts where we're talking about the 12 chakra system. So, again, we have Janet and Karina Bristow with us. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Karina and Chakra and Janet are talking to us about the 12 chakra system. They're the founders of the Unique Soul Healing System, the Simply Feeling Good membership website, and the Violet Flame Experience virtual reality app. So, as spiritual teachers and healers, they've been helping people heal from trauma and giving them the tools to heal themselves for over 30 years. So, hello, guys, and thank you for joining me today.
That's great.
It's
Thank you.
great
It's
to be
lovely to be
here.
here.
Very nice to hear you guys. As
Mhm.
I said, this is the second in a series of podcasts on the 12 chakras, and today we'll be diving into the base chakra. So,
Great.
let's get started. My first question, Karina. For
Yes.
those that don't know, describe to us what a base chakra is.
Okay. So your base chakra is situated between your legs in the etheric world. In sits in the aura and the etheric world. Universally, the color is red, and it's deep rooted, which is what people recognize the color that chakra with. But obviously, we're talking on a healing essence. So for the USH color, we see it as silvery white, if that makes sense,
Mhm.
and it shimmers. So the base chakra is connected to our reproductive glands and relates to all of our basic needs of survival, from your home, your finances, everything that you need to basically survive in today's society.
Mm.
So
So,
it's our life force. Sorry.
sorry. Please
Yeah.
continue. Please continue.
Yeah, it's our life force, plus it's abundance and prosperity. It's a feeling of being connected also to Mother Earth because it is a base rooted chakra, but also helps us because it's our basic needs of strong family values, friendships, and all people around us, really.
Okay. So we
Yeah.
did the first podcast, and it was all related to the Earth Star chakra. And obviously, in terms of order of chakras, this is the second chakra that we're talking about, which is situated slightly higher. Janet, can you give us some context around why some people might confuse this base chakra with the Earth Star chakra?
Because they are linked. They're very closely associated with each other.
Mm,
Um, they they're both the planetary base chakras, if you like. The
mhm,
one is within the Earth, which it really does connect with nature and our planet. But so do we as human beings. We stand on the ground.
mm.
So, on this planet, and we connect with our environment. So, both of them they do work in conjunction with each other.
So is that why people feel confused about, because when you go into the mainstream and you do your own kind of research, sometimes people call the base chakra the root chakra. So from my findings, the root chakra is very closely related to the base chakra. Or am I wrong there, or is that
No,
correct?
I think it's the same thing. I think the base
Mm,
stroke root.
mm,
Very often, some people call it the root chakra, some people call it the base.
mm,
If you actually think about it, it's situated just in between your legs, as Queen has said, and it's
mm,
vertically facing down.
mm.
So, so the energy flows through you from your crown all the way through your spine down into the earth. So it's that kind of so it goes into the roots of everything.
Right.
So
That's why
it
I think the deep red gives you that really deep rooted feeling.
yes.
Mm, mm.
Mm,
Which we'll obviously dive into in a bit in terms of the color
mm,
associated with this particular chakra and what that
yeah.
means. But Janet, if you can continue letting us know what's so important about the base chakra, why is it important for one's personal growth and well-being then?
We are connected. We have a strong will. We've been given strength to overcome obstacles. All of our senses and our brain and everything is linked as well, with all the other chakras. So we've got a very strong will to be able to um, look at life as an adventure in some respects, you know, willing to take risks. We feel safe, stable, and calm, and we're anchored in the reality of feeling relaxed. When we are connected, we feel connected to family, other people, and obviously to the planet. And this is where we can start then to really grow and evolve as human beings.
So I basically, if I'm feeling disconnected, if I'm feeling like I want to be on my own, I'm feeling a little bit kind of anxious about things. Um, I'm not much of a risk taker. That sort of thing. Would that kind of,
Mm,
You can look at it and yeah, I mean, if you're unwilling to take risks, there's a fear behind that.
mm,
There's always
it,
related back to a fear. And when
mm,
we have to then look at the fear as to why a person won't take a risk. And that could be, it doesn't have to be a massive risk, but in their lives, it could be a big risk to them.
mm,
Everybody's got their understanding of what their limits are,
mm,
but it behind it very often represents a fear. You get people who are generally adventurers, but you get other people who won't even, go on a day trip sometimes, you
mm.
know, and or spend a bit of money because they think they're never going to get any more.
Right.
This kind of thing. See,
there,
so
there is a fine line, though, isn't there?
yes, there is.
There is a fine line of actually listening to your inner gut feelings and understanding that actually I don't need to take that risk. I'm
Mm,
okay where I am, to
mm.
actually understanding that actually I do know there is a fear behind that.
Yeah,
So if I wanted to
absolutely.
do a bungee
Okay.
jump, right? If I wanted to do a
Mhm.
bungee jump, right, and I'm scared of heights, um, is that because my base chakra is out of alignment?
No, no, not
No.
necessarily. That's
Because I've got a fear of
hypothetical.
heights, right? And a bungee
Yeah,
jump is an adventurous thing to do, correct?
yeah.
And it's, to me, it sounds pretty exciting. I don't have any fear of doing a bungee jump, but some people might have a fear of that. It's
Um,
perfectly safe. You can see
yeah.
people jumping up and down. You can see other people are enjoying. But what would significantly stop me from doing that then? Like, is it something to do with my base chakra if I don't want to take part in that type of adventure?
I think it's more to do with your intuition.
Mm,
Mm,
As I said, everybody's got different levels. There isn't two of us the same, you know.
mm,
And
mm,
so, what would be that wouldn't be a risk for you. That would be something that you would enjoy doing. But it doesn't have to just be a risk. It's not just about a risk. It's about managing your life really
mhm,
as well.
mhm,
Because go on, Karina.
yeah, sorry. There's a big difference of you. Actually, I'm not going to get any real enjoyment out of having that bungee jump, to somebody who loves that thrill and excitement, to
yeah.
somebody saying, actually, I'm too afraid to change my job because
Mm,
I've got financial security, even
mm.
though they're so unhappy with what they're in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, fantastic.
That's
Yeah,
the
because I mean the
difference.
reason why I put that extreme example in there is because
Yeah.
it kind of like says to me like this is more facing your fears kind of thing, right?
Mm, yes.
I,
And obviously appreciating what that fear is
Mm.
is the key to unlocking it, isn't it?
I mean, we all have fears. Don't get me wrong. We're not, none of us are perfect. We all have fears, and that's okay.
Mm.
But when it stops you actually achieving the goals that you really, really do deeply desire and
Mm.
know that's right for you, that's when there's an issue within the actual deep rooted chakra.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's take a deep dive then into the base chakra for this episode. What we talked a little bit about the symptoms that you'd be having if your base chakra was blocked or needed healing. Karina, could you kind of add a bit more context to that then?
Yeah, I mean, I've like what we've said, everything behind it in a healing aspect of, if it's out of alignment, it's all based on fear.
Mm,
So, you know, and when you have those kind of fear-based feelings, you can bring on, you may experience depression on a physical, because don't forget, everything is a thought. So although we're talking about sometimes physical experiences within the body, that's because it's gone through all of your emotional bodies, it's gone through your mental bodies. So now the physical is saying, are you going to start listening to me, because we have a problem here? And it all goes back to that thought, you know. So we may have within the chakra bladder problems, self-abuse with alcohol and drugs, an issue where you can't save money, you always have debt, you have poor communications, and then things like maybe lack of appetite and fear of moving forward generally in life.
And then the other one as well, Karina, is that, we were just talking about living life, and really it's also it's about, you won't accept the joy of life, what
Yeah,
life has to
absolutely.
offer you, because
Mm,
deep inside of you there is, it goes back to that fear
mm,
as well.
absolutely.
But it does create, your body starts to shout at you when you're not listening to yourself, when you start to ignore, and you've ignored, like Karina said, it's manifested in your aura, in your mental and emotional. When it
So
comes into the
yeah,
physical, it's shouting at you,
mm,
isn't it?
yeah.
And even
So
right down to
sorry.
loss of appetite, lack of energy, all of these are just chronic fatigue, identity crisis, all of this, um is all down to your base chakra being out of alignment.
Mm,
So the initial symptoms would be something like, for example, having a life which is literally not your ideal life. For example, problems with money, not getting paid enough for you at your
yeah,
job. These are the things that would probably bring that on and cause someone to feel depression. And what you're
yes.
essentially saying is that those feelings are kind of rooted in to that chakra, and then can cause physical issues, such as bladder problems, and then move on to things like alcoholism and drugs and so on, right?
It's related
Yeah,
to that depression
yeah,
aspect, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you also look at it, what can block it is childhood trauma. A
Mm,
difficult relationship with your mum, um,
Mm,
money problems, poverty,
mm,
physical abuse, neglect. All of them have a contributing factor towards this chakra
yeah.
not working
if you
as it
remember
should.
right, when we go back to what actually the chakra is, it's about your basic needs and strong family values. Do you remember
Mm.
Yeah,
us saying? And so if you haven't got that, that's where those the breakdown of that
So
all
that
is
comes
from.
directly
Mm,
from childhood trauma, then,
yes, yeah,
to a
absolutely.
yeah,
great
yeah,
degree, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so with the base chakra being unaligned or misaligned or whatever you want to call that, it's not obviously, it's not in the right state. How does it impact other chakras?
Well, it
it,
it does.
sorry, go on.
Go on, Karina.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, it has a knock-on effect. Like, for instance, like we said, it's closely linked to the Earth Star chakra. So
Right.
if one's out of alignment, it's like a bit of a dominoes effect as well. The rest of your surroundings and your whole being starts to become out of alignment. Even, you think of your heart, if you're not feeling happy because of your traumas, then that's going to be out of alignment. Then the next knock-on effect is, are you speaking your truth, which is all about your throat chakra. So it has like a bit of a dominoes effect.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
you can look at it, and a lot of people will feel loneliness or empty, even,
Mm,
disconnected from everything and everyone.
mm,
Failure, they may feel a failure, and may even not being able to focus on one thing.
mm,
All of these have factors, which then does affect all, the other chakras, especially your solar plexus.
mm.
You
So is
know,
that where
because
ADHD comes from then? Is that kind of a symptom for your base chakra being out of alignment?
No, I don't think it.
No, I think that's a completely different kind of
Yeah,
thing, because I
Mm.
think these children that are being born today
Yeah.
are actually much higher. They live in a much higher vibration. So
Mm.
to come down from into the such dense energies, I
Mm.
think that's why we have an increase of ADHD, autism, and those kind of things.
Mm. When's the best time to catch this? I mean, like for example, you obviously people have this problem due to childhood trauma, probably the
Mm.
majority of the time. But when's the best time to catch it? Like, to heal it properly? Would it be when somebody's reached an old age? Would it be somebody when somebody's reached their teenage years? Is it the earlier you catch it, the better?
Yeah, ideally, personally, my 4-year-old son, I sit
Yeah.
there and I sit with him and we do like very, very light visualizations. He
Mm.
holds crystals, and I put them on his chakras. And, we just go through every day. I ask him, give me 3 things that made you really happy today. And
Mm.
that's a blessing. So already he's keeping his chakras within a balance.
Mm. And he's
but
getting
there
that
is.
understanding from an early age as well.
A very early age, yeah. So it would just be natural to him to understand that as he grows into an adult, like myself, I can feel when I've got something out of alignment.
Mm.
You get to a point where you just know.
Yeah, I was going to say, Quinn, as well, as um, very often when we've gone through the unique soul healing with our clients and things like that, what comes out of that is very often a memory
Mm.
that they'd completely forgotten,
Yeah.
or
Childhood trauma
or
that they've
yeah,
forgotten or tried to bury somehow,
or
right?
it's
Mm.
buried, or it's totally, what they're actually thinking is the problem actually isn't, and something else comes up, which we've had quite a few times,
Mm.
where they seem to think that we can all blame certain people or certain situations, but when we really get into it, it's actually something else.
Mm.
Mm.
So,
It
but
is
a person knows, it's whether they're willing to,
to understand.
yeah, take the
Understand. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
to
Interesting.
understand and trust, yeah, trust their instincts.
yeah.
I'm really keen on getting into the color aspect of it because that really kind of fascinates me as well. So tell us a bit more about the base chakra. Give us some context around the color of the base chakra, and how you guys have a different point of view in terms of what the universal color is.
So the universally, like we said, is red, but we see it from a healing aspect, and the color is white and silver. It helps you to keep in a higher vibration when you're healing.
Mhm.
You have different vibrations for different reasons. If I'm just sitting to meditate and to learn, then it's a different vibration for me wanting to go in and heal something. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Mhm.
It's different. So yeah. So because um, we want and that's because we want the full benefits for you from the violet flame. It allows you to transmute your negative energies that are stored within the chakra into a
Mhm.
deep healing space. So ultimately learning how to connect and receive, and then again, because it's connected closely to the earth star chakra, how to interpret nature and manage your own choices, and then learn how to actually manifest correctly, because
Mhm.
there's different variations of that as well.
Okay. So if you were to see me and you see me in person and you were to chat to me and talk to me about my traumas and so on and so forth, how would you know that the shade of my chakra in terms of being it white and silver? What what kind of how it's vibrating? How do you come to know that? That's interesting for me.
Okay, so when we actually are doing hands-on healing, you can use the colours and we actually scan the body. That's how we see them. But obviously, with the Unique Soul Healing Program, we're completely turning it around, and you're healing yourself And that's
Mm.
the complete difference to any other healing program that we know, that we actually ask you to heal yourself. Then you know you are truly healed.
So the uniqueness about it is to gain and acquire the knowledge of when you're out of balance.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
It teaches you how to, wake up and just know that actually I've got this situation coming up and I'm not speaking my truth about it. And you actually start to physically feel like there's something in my throat, and before it even gets, completely out of alignment, you just go, okay, I know how to speak my truth in the correct way without anger or fear or anything like that. But so it's learning how to kind of know your own chakras.
That's
yeah,
brilliant.
yeah. It is actually, um, we give you the tools, really,
Yeah,
don't we, Karina? We give
that's
you the
what we call
So
tools.
it. We
talking
say
about the
it's like
Yeah,
tools,
a
I mean,
toolbox.
it's
yeah.
our
So
toolbox.
one of the major tools that you've been developing now over the last 6 to 12 months
Yeah,
is the Violet Flame experience,
yeah,
built in
Yeah,
VR, virtual reality, right?
perfect.
So this is just a way to align every chakra that we're going to be talking about over the next days and weeks. So Janet, talk to me about the VR experience. We can see it on the screen right now. I have a very um, difficult way to pronounce this. I'm not sure what this bush is called. Janet, I'll let you take over and let us know what that is.
This is, first of all, turning it into virtual reality is just a dream, because this
Yes.
allows those people who can't meditate or sit and, haven't got the time to go through the unique soul healing as a program. This is absolutely, the key for them, because it's all in there. All the healing's in there. So
Can I just
when
say,
we look,
when you start to go to meditate, what you've just seen going through the etheric, that is absolutely incredible. When it's
yeah,
on virtual reality, it takes you into a completely different headspace and you
well,
feel that you are somewhere else.
I mean,
It does,
it's
doesn't it?
well, Karina, how many times have we had to say to people, "You coming out, coming,"
Yeah,
when we've tried it on
especially,
people,
yeah,
we can't get them out of it.
It's
no,
just so it's really, really immersive, and
it
and
is,
obviously
Yeah,
this
yeah,
transition
yeah,
between being on Earth and then ended up in space, as we can see.
yeah. And it's
yes.
Um,
just that total stillness within, and the one that you're in the oneness. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just like you're in that space and time, just for you, and that's a real bonus for you to be able to collect your thoughts and listen
mm,
to yourself. And we look at, in this experience that you're seeing at present, we look at the rhododendron bush and how it helps us to connect to nature. We have some wonderful wildlife, and an
give us some
experience.
context behind that bush because I can't pronounce the name again. Give us some
Is that
context behind why that helps us connect to nature. Why that particular
right?
bush,
It's actually in the Bible.
right?
It's actually Moses, the burning bush.
Oh, it's okay, right, right.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And we didn't, when Karina was channeling this program, we had no idea.
Mm.
No,
No idea at
genuinely,
all.
no,
No,
none at
none
all.
at all. So, it would come as a complete surprise to us, but if it's actually related back to that. So, it's essentially, it helps us connect to nature. It
Mhm.
does. We have some wonderful wildlife as well, and an experience going into space.
Yeah. So talk to us
And
about what's going on here at the moment on screen where it's coming out. There's some words coming out of Mars saying that you are blessed for various things.
yeah, I mean,
Um, give some context behind that.
it's the universe really telling you, what what you can believe in about yourself.
Mm.
You are blessed.
It's about being
Everything.
grateful for the things that
Mm.
you've got, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, as well, when when you are actually meditating and you are sort of evolving with it, you can actually connect to the planets, and it
Yes.
actually gives you an energy back, and it's in representation of that.
Everything's
And
an
this is all
energy.
about, experiencing that, being in that virtual world, which is
Yeah.
going to allow you to consistently use it and frequently use it in order to
Yeah.
connect to that truth, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so,
Yeah.
so this monkey here, what's this monkey
We
going to
love
do?
this guy. We absolutely love this little monkey. He really makes me laugh.
So this is a place where you would write on that paper to kind of put some affirmations down. I take it,
Yes, you can do. Yeah.
yeah.
It
Just
will
a
It's
bit
ask
of
you
not.
some
scribbling going on here.
questions. I
Yeah,
Is it
think it does
asking some
ask you.
question?
Yeah,
yeah,
and so it will ask you how to, what your deepest desires are, I think, and then actually it gets sent out to the universe,
yeah. You can
and it's
see
for
who.
you to learn how to trust in that.
Yeah, yeah,
Trusting yourself,
yeah.
trusting the self, your connection to the universe, your connection to the planet, the whole circle. It's connecting to the whole lot.
But the journey that you've been on within the VR, like I say, we take you up into another vibration of the going out into space. You know, realization that how big everything is and how small we are down here. It actually makes you realize how we can connect to everything on the outside. It really
Hmm.
does teach you well within the VR.
Yeah, because it will sort of give you the chance to reflect upon your past choices.
Yes.
And if, is it possible to apply the changes if the person feels these reflections are not serving their higher purpose? The changes in thought, the mindset can be applied through the manifestation. This will bring you back into alignment, and this can all be done through the VR.
Excellent, excellent. This is fantastic. So,
Mm.
get yourself over to the website violetflameexperience.co.uk, guys, where I believe you can book a free demo
You
and
can.
even take advantage of the launch offer of getting one experience for free if you purchase a MetaQuest 2 device if you don't have one. So you're saving $11.99 for one experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And there's
Brilliant.
12 experiences altogether. Is that right, guys?
Yes.
yes.
Yes, that's right.
Uh, Excellent. So,
Which one? There'll be one for each chakra.
yeah,
Mm,
fantastic. So that brings us to the end of this episode, guys. Thank you, Janet and
fantastic.
Karina.
Been
Thank
great
Thank
to
you
you.
for
see you.
joining us for
Thank
this
you.
discussion. We really hope that this has brought our listeners some value, and we really look forward to carrying on the series with more discussions around the 12 chakra system. And as always, thanks for listening, guys. Thank you for listening to the Violet Flame Experience podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.